well. You want to move
It's up to you.
Anywhere is good, wherever you feel comfortable, and then I'll give you two
This looks like a
blocks.
prime kind of location. So.
Sounds good.
Star people, right up front.
Yeah. Hi everybody. Hope you're all having a nice evening. Let's begin down on our backs. And we'll take our bottoms of our feet together, knees fall open wide. Arms down by your side, or you can bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. And as you lay here on the mat, start to take some deeper breaths in and out. Feel your low belly and your rib cage and your chest expand on your inhales. Feel your chest, your rib cage, your low belly fall on your exhales. Try to match the length of your inhales with the length of your exhales. Taking the next few moments to take some of the deepest breaths you've taken in all day. Feel your whole spine along the mat. Take 2 more rounds of deep breaths in and out. When you feel ready, bring your hands to the outside of your knees, draw your knees in, and then hug your legs in towards your chest. Flex your toes towards you. Then you can rock side to side here, take circles with the knees, any sort of movement that feels good. You're going to keep hold of the right leg and extend the left leg long on the mat. From here, take hold of the outside of the right knee with the left hand. Draw it all the way over top. Open up the right arm for supine twist. Breathe deeply into the right side of the body. Gaze up at the ceiling or over top of your right shoulder. Do your best to keep your right shoulder grounded. Take one more breath here. And then slowly roll back, hugging that right knee back into your chest. Start to circle through the right ankle in one direction. circle in the other direction. And then flex both of your toes towards you and extend the right leg up long, like you're trying to step on the ceiling. You can grab behind the right thigh or the right calf. Try to grab anywhere but behind the knee joints. Take a big breath in here. As you exhale, draw the leg a little bit closer towards you. Do that again, deep breath in. Exhale, draw the leg a little closer. And then this time, I want you to press your leg into your hands for a count of 5. So you're activating the hamstring muscle for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. See if you can draw it in just a little closer. We'll do that one more time. Pressing your leg in towards your hands for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw the leg in just a little closer. Take a big breath in. Exhale, you're going to release the right leg long on the mat. Reach your arms up above your head. Take a full body stretch. Point your toes to the front of the room. Reach your fingertips towards the back. Take a big breath into the side body. And as you exhale, hug the left knee in. Keep the right leg long on the mat. From here, grab a hold of the outside of the left knee with the right hand. Draw the left knee over towards the right as you open up the left arm. Keeping that left shoulder grounded this time. And gaze up at the ceiling or gaze over top of the left shoulder. Take big breaths into the left side of the ribcage. Feel the left ribs expand on your inhales, fall on your exhales. Take one more deep breath in here. Slowly roll back over, hugging that left knee in towards your chest once again, and then circling through the left ankle in one direction. Circle through the ankle in the other direction. Then flex both toes towards you, and then extend the left leg up towards the ceiling like you're trying to step on the tiles above you, grabbing behind the thigh or the calf. Take a big sip of air in. As you breathe out, slowly draw the leg in just a little closer. Do that once more. Breathe in. Draw the leg a little closer. And then this time we're going to press the leg in towards the hands for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw the leg in closer. One more time. Press the leg into the hands for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw the leg in closer to stay. Big breath in. Big breath out as you lower the left leg down nice and long on the mat. Reaching above your head, fingertips to the back of the room, toes to the front of the room. One more time. Big breath in. And then hug both knees back into your chest on your exhale. We're going to take a happy baby pose. So grabbing onto the outer edges of both feet, drawing the knees down towards the mat, or grabbing onto the backs of the thighs and drawing the knees down towards the mat. Breathing into your hips, feeling your tailbone press down into the mat. You can stay still here, you can rock from side to side. One more deep breath in. Exhale, hug the knees back into the chest. We're going to grab onto the backs of the thighs. We're going to gently start to rock and roll up and down the mat. This will bring us up to a seated position. We'll come all the way onto our seats and let's cross our legs, coming into an easy seated pose. If you need them, you can take blocks underneath the knees. Release through the hips a little bit. Sitting up nice and tall, place your hands down on your knees, and then we're going to take some spinal circles. So you're going to start to, from the base of your spine, circle in one direction, and you can close off the eyes if it feels good. Start to tune into your body. You can take it into the chest and the shoulders. Slow, we'll start to switch directions again, starting at the base of the spine, and then from there making your way up every vertebrae into the chest, into the shoulders. Noticing any tight spots, sore spots. Setting some extra breath there. Extra attention there with the rest of your practice tonight. Nice and slow, we'll start to make our way back to neutral, sitting up nice and tall. On your in-breath, reach up. Exhale, take a really gentle forwards fold, reaching the hands in front of you. Bowing the nose towards the floor, keeping both seat bones rounded. Feeling a nice stretch through the glutes, the hips, maybe through the back side of the body. Nice and slow, start to walk your hands back up. And we're going to switch the cross of our legs. So whichever leg is autopilot in front, take the other leg in front. Probably feels a little bit different. And then we'll reach up, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Noticing if it feels slightly different on this side. Long breaths in and out. Nice and slow, start to walk your hands back up. Placing your hands back down on your thighs or knees, taking a nice tall seat. We're going to take some neck circles. So letting your left ear drop towards your left shoulder. Nice and slow, dropping chin towards chest. And then right ear to right shoulder. Once you get there, we'll come back around chin to chest. Up to the other side, moving as slowly or as quickly as you'd like. Breathing in and out. inhalations, long exhalations. Feel free to stay for a breath or two in one spot if it feels good on your neck, your back, your shoulders. Take a few more rounds here, moving at your own pace. We'll start to make our way back up to neutral, nice and tall, lots of length through the back of the neck. This time we'll take the shoulders up towards the ears, roll them down and back, open up across the chest. And do that again, breathe in, reach the shoulders up towards the ears, breathe out as you roll them down and back. One more time, deep breath in, big breath out. On your next inhale, reach up. Exhale, we're going to cactus the arms. Open up across the chest and shoulders. Take a big breath in here. Exhale, close the arms towards one another. Pull belly button into spine, contract. And then do that again. Breathe in, cactus. Open up the arms, open up the chest. Exhale, close and contract. Pull belly button to spine, round out. One more. Breathe in, expand the collarbone, the chest, the shoulders. Exhale, round out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring the hands gently behind you. Take one last little opening. High release through the chest. Exhale, slowly come back to neutral. We're going to come into tabletop, so swiveling the legs around however you need to get there. You'll be on your hands and knees. You can face me. I'll turn to the side so that you can see me here. Stacking shoulders over wrists and hips over knees. We're going to take some wags the tail side to side. And then again here, if it feels really good to stay in one spot on one side, stay there for a few breaths. Moving nice and slow from side to side. Leaning into each side as much as you need to. I'm personally quite sore in the outside of my hips today, so I don't need too much. But if you need a little bit of an extra stretch, you can take a little bit of a lead there. And then we'll take some circles with the hips. Starting at the hips, and then again, always feel free to make them a little bigger, coming into the chest and shoulders. Rounding out the spine as you circle through. Whatever kind of movement feels good in whatever direction. And we'll slowly switch other way. Slowly make our way back to neutral. Stacking those joints. And then here, taking those same cat-cow motions. So as you breathe in, drop the belly, open up across the chest, the shoulders, lift the gaze. Exhale, pull belly button to spine, round out, press the floor away. Gaze between the knees. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, pull the belly in towards the spine, curl your back, round out. Inhale, arch through each vertebrae. Exhale, contract. Inhale, come back to neutral. And exhale, sit the hips back, child's pose. Reach the fingertips towards the front of the mat. Send the hips back towards the heels. Trying to create as much length through the side body as you can. Let the forehead rest heavy. going to take some deep breaths into the back side of your body. Feel the back ribs expand on your next in-breath. And fall on your outs. And then do that again and see if there's any more space to breathe into. Options. We're going to take a stretch for the front of the body. Option number one is to keep your elbows down on the mat. Bring the palms of your hands together and then bend your arms so that your thumbs meet somewhere near the back of the neck here. Option number two is a little bit more intense. You can come up on your hands and knees again, stacking hips over knees. And then you'll walk your hands out as you melt your heart towards the mat for a puppy pose. So that will take a little bit more time to ease into, and it will be a bit more of an intense stretch across the front of the body. So that's option two. Option one is to stay with the hips down, elbows pressed down, hands together, thumbs to the back of the neck. We're going to be here for about 5 breaths. If you're in option two, feel free to come back into child's pose whenever you need to. On every exhale, see if you can melt a little bit more into the pose. We'll take one more breath here. Big breath out as we all lean back into child's pose. And then I want you to close your legs so that your knees come to touch. And then let your body drape over top of your legs and bring your arms behind you. Forehead will rest down on the mat. We'll take kind of this counter stretch as we let the back side of the body melt over the legs here. You can take a little bit of movement and rock side to side if that feels good. Stay right there for a few breaths. From here, we're going to take our hands out wide. We're going to tent the hands so that the palms lift up just the fingertips around the mat, or maybe off the mat since they're out wider. And then elbows are going to come up to the ceiling like a spider a little bit. And then you're going to breathe in as you peel yourself up off your legs. And as you breathe out, you're going to let your body melt back down. Take a few rounds of those. Breathe in. Peel up. Breathe out, melt down. One more. Breathe in, peel up. Breathe out, melt down. We'll bring our hands back into that tabletop position. Take a big sip of air in when you get here. Tuck the toes under, and we'll take the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Always the option to stay in tabletop, or take a big bend through the knees and down dog. Wherever you are, you can wiggle the hips side to side, pedal out the legs. Lots of length through the spine. And your toes wide on your mats. top of your mat. A nice forward fold. Ground down through your feet and then bend deeply through your knees. Grab opposite hand, opposite elbow, sway side to side. Shake the head out, yes and no. Allow the upper body to fall heavy over top of your legs. Release your hands to the mat. Inhale as you press your hands to your shins, take a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Do that again. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Once more, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend through the knees and peel yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Nice and slow. Head, neck, and shoulders will come up last. Take your shoulders up to your ears. Roll them down and back to find Tadasana, mountain pose. Palms face forwards. Chest lifts proud. Lots of length in the back of the neck. And take a few breaths right here. Feel your feet grounding down into your mats. Nice and strong through the legs. One more deep breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Do that again. Inhale, reach up a little bit higher, more length through the side body. Exhale, hands through heart center. One more time. Inhale, reach up. This time, exhale, forwards fold, hinge forwards at the hips. Nice and slow. Take that halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale to place your hands down on the mat. Step your feet back to a high plank position and then lower your knees, chin, chest, all the way onto your belly. From here, we're going to draw the elbows in. I'm going to press the toes down towards the mat. And then we're going to inhale and lift up to bring our shoulders right over top of our elbows. You might need to walk your hands out a little bit. Fingers press into the mat as you draw the heart forwards. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. You can close off the eyes. Keep the neck nice and long. So if you need to lower the gaze slightly to lengthen through the back of the neck, you can do that. And on every breath in, see if there's a little bit more space to pull the heart forwards to the front of the room. An option here, you can stay, or you can separate your feet a little bit wider and then bend your knees to bring your toes to touch. That will deepen the back bend slightly. So if it's too intense, you can also just stay with your legs out straight. Pressing up and out of the shoulders. Do your best here to relax through the glutes and the hamstrings. There will be a slight engagement. Let's see if you can let go just a little bit through those muscles. Be here for another 3 breaths. Last breath in. On your exhale, release your feet. And then nice and slow, start to release your upper body. Bring your right ear down to the mat, cactus your arms, and then shake your hips from side to side to release the low back. And take your left ear to the mat, This time you can bend both knees and windshield wiper the feet from side to side. And slowly let the feet release down. We're going to come into a half bow pose next. This is a new pose I'm introducing this week. We're going to extend our left arm out, left leg out. Those are going to stay straight on the mat. And then we're going to bend our right knee. You can flex or point the right toe. And then you're going to reach back for the right leg. If you can't quite reach it, that's okay. This is going to be where you stay. You can start to lift up from the chest. If you can reach your foot or your shin, you're going to press your foot into your hand, and that is going to be your leverage to lift you up. So this will open up across the right shoulder, and then also it's that back bend through the mid and low back. With the left hand and the left foot on the mat, that's helping stabilize you here. Take another deep breath in. Exhale and slowly release that. We'll extend the right arm long and extend the right leg long, and then let the forehead rest down. You're in this full body stretch. Just let your body neutralize here for a few breaths. Nice and slow, we'll set ourselves up for the left. So again, you'll bend the left foot in, flex or point the left toe, whatever feels more natural. And then you'll start to reach that left arm back. And if you can't quite reach, that's okay. You'll start reaching towards as much as you can. If you can, you'll grab onto that shin or foot, and then you'll press into your hand to help lift you up. One more deep breath in. Exhale, gently release. Bring both hands down in front of you and let your forehead rest on your hands. And again, just take the knees, bend them in so that your feet can windshield wiper side to side. Nice and slow, release the feet down. Press the toes into the mat. Bring your hands to your low ribs, forehead down to the mat. Draw your shoulder blades back, your elbows draw in towards one another. On your inhale, come to a baby cobra. Exhale, draw belly button to spine. Press yourself into tabletop and come into child's pose. Take a few breaths here to relax through the back. This is always a nice pose to take after some of those back bends we did. Reversing the action, that arch. Walk your hands over to the right side, maybe come all the way off your mat. Gently shift your hips to the left. Stretch through the left side of the body. Slowly walk your hands through center. All the way over to the left side, maybe come all the way off your mat. Shift your hips gently to the right. Nice and slow, make your way back to center. Take one more breath in. Another breath out. Inhale, shift forwards to tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a moment to pedal out the legs. Sway the hips from side to side. Shake the head out, yes and no. Any movement that feels good. As you breathe in, draw lots of length through the side of the body. As you breathe out, send your hips up and back just a little bit more. And then slowly, we're going to draw the right knee in through the hands. Come onto the outer edge of the back foot. We're going to reach up for warrior one on the right side. So you're taking a nice bend through the right knee. That right knee will track over towards the right pinky toe. And you'll ground down, press down into that outer edge of the left foot as you reach up and grow tall in the upper body. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, we're going to open up to this side wall, warrior two. And keep that nice bend in the right knee. And keep that right knee rotating outwards towards that right pinky toe. On your breath in, flip your front palm, reverse, reach up and back towards the back wall. Exhale, warrior two. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, flip the front palm, reverse, reach up and back. Exhale, warrior two. We're going to come into extended side angle. So you're going to shift slightly forwards. You're going to keep that bend in your right knee. Right elbow is going to come to your right knee as you reach up with that left arm. You can reach up to the sky or forwards to the front of the room, whatever feels best in your body. And then this right hand can stay here, or it can come down to a block or the floor on the inside of the right foot. Take one more deep breath in. Big breath out. On your inhale, use your top hand, come back into warrior two. And we're going to extend through that front leg, reach both arms up. This time we're going to hinge forwards, keeping that leg straight, coming into triangle pose, pressing hand to shin. Reaching that left arm up once again, this time both legs are straight. And then again, you can use your block on the inside or outside of your foot. You can place your hand out on the block if that's more comfortable. Feeling lots of length drawing up from the left side of that foot, all the way up the left leg, left side body to the left hand. One more big breath in, big breath out. Use your top hand on your inhale, come all the way up to stand. Pivot your front toes to face that side wall there. Turn this wide like it stands, both toes are facing in the same direction. Hands will come to your hips. Open up across the chest, breathe in. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips and forward fold. Hands come down to the mat or to a block. Let the head, neck, and shoulders fall heavy. Take a gentle bend through the knees if you need it. You can stay right here, or you can send the weight into the heels and take a nice deep bend. And extend. We'll do that one more time. You can stay, or as you breathe in, shift the weight into the heels, bend, and extend. Breathe out. Bring the hands to the hips, rooting down through both of your feet. Take a gentle bend through the knees and rise all the way up to stand. Beautiful. Turn your right toes to face the front of the room again, and then step your back foot in halfway. Your back toes can turn out slightly. really whatever feels best on your hips and your feet here. We're going to square the hips to the front of the mat, so right hip and left hip are facing forwards. Reach up, breathe in. Exhale and fold over top of the front leg, pyramid pose. Here you can take that nice deep bend through the right knee if you need it. Make sure the left heel is grounding down into the mat. If you're having any trouble keeping it on the ground, you can step it in a little closer, or try separating your feet a little bit wider. Breathe into that release in the right hamstring. Now on your next inhale, we're going to take a halfway lift. And then on your exhale, we're going to bring that right hand to the low back. So left hand will stay down opposite to your front foot. Right hand comes to your low back. This is called twisting triangle. So as you're here, I want you to think about pulling the crown of the head forwards as you gently twist up and open to that back arm. You can keep the eye gaze down, or you can look over to the side or all the way up to the sky if it feels okay on your neck. Keep sending your right hip back, left hip forwards. One more breath in. Exhale, gently release, hands down to the mat. Place your hands down, root them down, and then step your feet back, downward facing dog. Come up high on the toes. Lower the knees down to the mat and come into child's pose. And take a few resetting breaths here before we do that sequence on the other side. On your next inhale, inch your fingertips forwards. And on your exhale, send your hips a little further back towards your heels. We'll be here for another 2 breaths. On your next inhale, come through tabletop. And exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. On your next in-breath, we'll draw that left leg forwards through your hands this time. Come onto the outer edge of the right foot. Bend through the left knee as you rise up for Warrior One on the left. So in our Warrior One, we're working towards those square hips, pulling left hip back, right hip forwards. Grounding down through the outer edge of the right foot. And keeping that nice bend through the left knee. Take another breath in, grow tall through the side body. Exhale, open up to the side wall, Warrior Two. Beautiful. Keep that left knee tracking over the left pinky toe. On your next in-breath, flip that front palm, reverse, reach up and back. Exhale, Warrior Two. Inhale, flip the front palm, reverse. Exhale, Warrior Two. This time we're going to shift forwards and bring left elbow to left thigh, reaching up with the right arm. In this pose, extended side angle, I want you to think about pressing the left elbow into the left thigh to pull up and out of the left shoulder. So instead of leaning into that arm, you're pressing into it to find length through the right side of the body. Take one more deep breath in here. Big breath out. And then use your top hand to pull you back up to warrior two. This time extend that front leg, reach both arms up. Exhale as we hinge forwards at the hips, bringing left hand to left shin, this time for triangle pose towards the front. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Lots of length to the right side of the body. Opening up across the chest and the shoulders. And take one more deep breath in. Big breath out. Inhale to come all the way up to stand. Pivot your left toes to face the side wall. Hands can come to your hips this time, or you can take a bind behind your back so you can interlace both of your hands. Opening up the shoulders, the chest, breathe into that expansion, and then exhale and fold over top of your legs. Again, here this can get pretty intense, so anytime you'd like to release the bind, feel free. When you release, you can just let the hands come down to the mats. This time we're going to bend into each knee separately. So on your breath in, gently start to bend into the left knee. And as you breathe out, extend and fold a little deeper. This time bend into the right knee. Breathe in. As you breathe out, extend and fold a little deeper. And do each side one more time, left knee. Right knee. Root down through both of your feet. Bring your hands towards your hips. And then as you root down, rise up. Beautiful. Turn the left toes to face the front of your mat. This time, step the back foot in again, halfway. Right toes will turn out about 45 degrees or so. Both heels are rooted down, both hips face the front of the mat. Reach up, breathe in. Exhale, fold over top of that front leg for pyramid on the left. So again, thinking about that left hip pulling back, right hip pulling forwards. Take that bend through the left knee if you need it. That will give your hamstring a little bit more slack. Blocks are a great tool here to use on either side of your hands. I'll bring the ground to you. And then on your inhale, we'll take that halfway lift. This time that right hand will stay down on the mat or on a block. Left hand will come to your low back. And then from here, you're going to draw the crown of the head forwards as you pull the hips back. You can stay right here gazing towards the mat. You can shift the gaze to the side or all the way up to the sky if that feels good to twist. If not, just stay right here. Use that left hand to sort of level out your hips. See where your hips are. So if you're feeling like you're a little crooked, see what you can shift and what you can do with your feet to find that level position. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale, release both hands down to the mat. Plant them down. And then we'll step the feet back, downward facing dog. Inhale up high on your toes. Lower your knees down to the mat. And take. child's pose. Take a few resetting breaths here. Take another deep breath in. And take a big breath out. Inhale, shift forwards, tabletop. We're gonna bring that right leg through the hands again, keeping that back knee down on the mat, coming into our low lunge. So again here, just like in pyramid pose, you can use blocks underneath your hands. That will help bring the ground towards you. We'll take a few breaths settling into our low lunge here. That right knee over top of the right ankle. Then feel the left hip flexor sink down and towards the mat. And just as much as you're sinking down into the mat, keep pulling up and out of the low back, through the spine, keeping lots of length through there, so we're not dumping into our joints. There's still that active engagement pulling up and out of the ground. From here, I'm going to bring us into a lizard lunge. So you can keep the blocks, but we're going to bring both hands to the inside of the legs. You can use one block, two blocks, whatever feels comfortable. And then we're just going to shimmy that foot out a little bit towards the outer edge of the mat. And then again, toes will turn out about 45 degrees. So you'll start to feel a nice stretch through the outside of the right hip. You might be able to sink into the hips just a little bit more here. That space you created. And then again, here, hands on the mat or on your blocks, you're pressing up and out. There's that slight core engagement that's not allowing you to dump. This is a pretty intense hip opener. So if at any point you need to come back into that original low lunge you were in, we'll meet back there in a few breaths. If you do stay, try your best to breathe through the discomforts. Your breath is what will bring ease into these poses, into your mind through these poses. Take one more deep breath. And then we're slowly going to start to circle out the hips through the side, your sternum, top of your tailbone. And we'll slowly shimmy our way back into that low lunge. We're going to take 3 more breaths here. So one hand on either side. Right foot points at 12 o'clock. And then on your next inhale, draw the heart forward. Exhale, send the hips back. Extend through the front leg and flex through the front toes for half split. Another stretch for that right hamstring. One more big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, shift forwards. And then we'll slowly make our way out of that side. However you need to, you can take some movement. And then just wiggle the hips from side to Get those long inhales, long exhales. And then we'll draw that left leg forward, coming into the low lunge on the left. If your knees cause you any pain on the mat, if it's like not if it's not cushioned enough, you can always fold up the back of the mat to place under your knee if you need a little extra padding, especially on the floor there. As you breathe in, feel the length through your spine. As you breathe out, feel the right hip flexor sink down towards the mat. Nice and slow. We'll start to walk our hands to the inside, again on the mat or on a block. And once your hands are set up, you can start to toe heel the foot away from you towards the outer edge of your mat, and then toes will face about 45 degrees. So they'll turn out slightly, giving you a little bit more space in that left hip. And we're sending our breath into the left hip, using our breath to melt away the tension, that tightness, that gripping through the hips. Take 2 more breaths here. Nice and slow, you can start to take those circles in one direction, stirring the pot with your tailbone. Slowly release through the hips a little bit here. And then we'll toe heel the foot back in, coming into that low lunge for about 3 more breaths. See if there's any more space you can drop into here. If not, that's okay too. It takes our muscles a little bit longer to reap the benefits of all those poses. On your inhale, draw the heart forwards. Exhale, send the hips back, extend through the front leg, flex the front toes, reach forwards. Half split. Inhale, come back into that low lunge, and then slowly release. We're going to come on to our seats for our last seated posture. We'll take our legs out into a wide straddle position. And wherever you are, your knees don't have to be straight, they can bend. Just make sure that your knees and your toes face the ceiling. And from here, we'll take a nice deep breath in, hands can rest down in the center. And if this is enough, sitting nice and tall here, you can just close off the eyes, feel the stretch through the adductors, the hips, wherever else you feel it through the hamstrings. If not, you can reach forward slightly, walking the hands out in front of you. Keep the toes flexed, the knees facing the ceiling. Think belly button to the floor. Keeping that lumbar spine, the lower back nice and long. more length up and out the crown of the head. Two more breaths here. Nice and slow. Start to walk the hands back in towards you. We'll close both of the legs in front of you. Take both arms out in front of you, both legs out. Just pull belly button into spine as you lower down one vertebrae at a time. All the way onto our backs, we're going to take waterfall or sleeping bear, so legs up towards the sky. Let your ankles and your feet fall heavy. You can place a block underneath your hips too if you'd like. That adds a little bit of elevation. Feels really nice on the low back. And then option is stay here or take your hands up as well. Let your wrists and your fingers fall heavy. From here you can shake it out a little bit or stay still. Nice and slow, let your feet come down to the mat. And then we'll hug everything into one last tiny little ball. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Give yourself a big hug. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and take your final Shavasana. Let your legs and your arms fall out to the side. And allow yourself these next few moments of rest. Total relaxation. Feel your body, every muscle in your body melts into your mat. Feel your breath slow down. Feel it return to its natural state, ebb and flow. But notice if it's a little bit more easeful than when you first came in tonight. Next few moments to create some stillness and some space in the mind as well. And try to focus on nothing but your breath. Follow your breath in and follow your breath out. Our mind can really only focus on one thing at a time. By shifting our focus to our breath, we're creating that space and that stillness that the mind needs to help us calm down, help us really relax. Gentle movement back into your body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes, ankles, wrists. Rock the head from side to side. And on a big breath in, reach your arms up over your head. Take one last full body stretch. Nice and slow. Roll over onto your right side. Use the right arm as a pillow. Breaths there, back into your body. body recalibrate. And then nice and slow and no rush at all, make your way up to a comfortable seat at the top of your mat. You can close off the eyes. Sit nice and tall through the spine. Let the shoulders melt down away from the ears. Bring your hands to heart center. Press your thumbs into your chest bone. And we'll finish off our class tonight with 3 deep breaths all together. Take a big breath in through your nose. Big breath out through your mouth. Do that again. Fill your low belly with air. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. Big breath in.